Hi there, Tom Cassidy here, talking to you about the science of getting rich made simple, and the in-practice version that we actually did for a Udemy course a little while ago. And the course has been phenomenally successful. There's 3,500 students on it, and I thought it'd be useful to just put a few little nuggets out there for people. So one of the things about it that's really interesting is that the way riches come to you is not the way we actually are typically taught, and most of us grow up believing that we only get rich as a result of perhaps stepping over other people and being mean and bullying people and covering our asses, and if you've got anyone who's really good who's a threat, sacking them and all this sort of stuff. Now that probably does happen like that in a lot of companies, but the sort of riches that you're getting in that way are riches on the competitive plane, and they're like yours today and another's tomorrow. So it's not real wealth, even though it's money, it's temporary money. What you're looking at doing is creating real wealth, which is genuine money, but in such a way, in a life-supportive way, that it increases your whole life. It's a regenerative one. A regenerative way of living. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how riches come to you. I've got a screen share all set up, and this is the 13 by 4, which is the system for focusing on just one thing at a time that Ben Franklin originally came up with 250 something years ago, and I've popularized it, if anything, and it's now in lots and lots of programs around the world. Over 100,000 students are using this system, and the idea is really simple. It's let's focus on one thing at a time, and just for a week do that one thing and nothing else, and once we finish that week, move on to the next. And then in that way you avoid overwhelm, but also you know that all the other things are important, the ones that you aren't focusing on. It's just that you're not bothering your conscious brain with it. Your conscious brain is just dealing with the one thing, and your subconscious is holding on to all the others. So this is week 4 in that program, which is how riches come to you. And this week's focus comes from chapter 6 of the book, which is when you give every person more in use value than you take in cash value, then you're adding to the life of the world by every business transaction. And this is the interesting concept we're talking about. How do you think it works? Well, basically all you need to do is deliver more value to more people. And Wattles talks about this fact that you don't have to drive sharp bargains in order to get rich. You don't have to deal unfairly or get something for nothing. Just because you are getting riches from creating out of the formless substance, it doesn't mean that your wealth will appear out of thin air and come into being before your eyes. Not at all. You'll have to act. And you get rich by delivering value to people. If you're not rich now, you just haven't worked out a way to give enough value to enough people. Number 4 is ask largely. There's enough to go round. There really is. Number 5, maintain your vision, act in a certain way, hold your faith, and riches will come to you. Right, so again we're talking about what would you choose. If you were choosing to believe things, what would you choose right now? Would you choose that poverty and self-sacrifice are pleasing to God, or that riches will come to you when you give enough value to enough people? If you were choosing, what would you choose? And what are you putting in the daily way you go about your business, in the heat of the moment, in the way you talk to your partner, your child, your colleague, your boss, your client, your customer, your supplier? Are you putting in that original substance wants you to have all that you can use to live the most abundant life? Are you putting in that the desire you feel to possess riches is fully aligned with the desire of omnipotence for more complete expression? Are you giving a greater use value in every exchange than the cash value you receive? And are you holding your vision of your future wealth at all times as you act now in the present? So this is how riches come to you. Do all of these things, and that's pretty much it. Now, can you remember to do all these things all of the time? Of course not. But every week you are thinking a little bit more about a different aspect, and every 13 weeks you repeat the cycle. So you'll go to the next cycle and you do week 4 again, and you'll get back to it and you think, oh, okay, I'm doing this a little better than I did 13 weeks ago. And guess what? Every 13-week cycle, it's a season, isn't it the same as a quarter or a season? You get a little bit better, a little bit more aware, and a little bit more able to put in the good stuff. And so that's really it, really. How riches come to you. This is the Science of Getting Rich in practice. Science of Getting Rich made simple. and it's a lot of fun. So do it. Check out the Udemy course. See if you can find my Reasonable Wealth coaching program on Google+, and let me know what's going on if you're interested in anything. Okay.